Let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right, it is October 3rd, and we are live with the Sister Strut virtual celebration. And today, I wanted to do something a little different because I know that we always celebrate our survivors and we highlight the survivors, and we know how much of a strain it can be on breast cancer survivors. Today, I wanted to bring in a person who is a family member who lost a loved one to breast cancer. As a matter of fact, he lost his wife, and she was in her early 30s. And right now, I'm talking with Dr. Sean Joe. How you doing today, man?
Hey, BJ, I'm glad to be here with you, man. Thank you for making a chance for us to talk about this very important issue.
Hey, man. Let's talk a little bit about your wife, man.
Yeah,
What was her name? Let's put a name to it. You know,
yeah.
how was she as a person? Let's just have a brief conversation about that, man.
Yeah, no, Dr. Emily Joe, Chicagoan all the time, and just extremely kind. You know, she's one of those people you met that people just liked, you know?
Right.
Um, and even when you have your own friends, they like her more than they liked you, you know? so, so as you bring in families and friends together as a couple, you realize that, you know, how quickly, you know, they're her friends, you know?
Right, right, right,
And
right, right.
you're extra, you know, we'll take you, but, you know, we know why we're here.
Right, right. It's all about her.
And, and it was effortless for her because, again, she was very kind and engaging with folks. We were about to transition from Philadelphia back to the Midwest because she wanted to be closer to her family.
Hmm.
And one of the places that I interviewed was right here at WashU.
Right, right.
And we came out with not knowing anyone in Missouri. And, you know, we decided not to take the job. You know, I went to the University of Michigan. But it was pretty clear that, you know, she's now 34, 35-ish, somewhere around there. And she had just had surgery and we were moving. My boys were very young and it was critically important that we do that. Um, you're gonna have to edit this a little bit, brother, because I gotta do a quick, honey, you gotta let daddy finish, okay? I told you, just talk this 5 minutes, okay? So go inside, okay? We'll be fine, you know, it's daughters.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Love them, man.
So let me start over. So again, and you know, so we were very positive. And as a husband, your family's about to move, a big move.
Hmm.
Uh, you just had surgery, so you know, it was so for a husband, for me, it was like I got to get the kids settled, I got to get the house settled, I got to get the place up and running. And you know, and God worked it out for me that I met a realtor who also understood. So nobody really trusts me to pick the house, but I picked the
Right,
house. I just said I'm
right.
competent. You know, I got a PhD. I could do something. And I picked the house, and then but the realtor was so like, "Nah, that's okay, but we're gonna take tons of pictures and send it back to your wife because you know
Right.
that she's going through this, and we don't care what you think, but we're gonna send it back to her." So they put books together. It was a beautiful realtor, you know. And
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I didn't pay for it. She put all these photo books and sent it to her. It's like, yeah, we got your opinion. We know you signing this check, but that doesn't matter.
Right.
And and anyway, so we you know, it was hard because, you know, I had to make sure she moved well because she's just out of surgery. I'm talking just.
Hmm.
And make sure the house is set up. So by the time she got there, you know, I just wanted everything to be in place. And everything was luckily in place, you know, the house, the kids, and it was just an easy move for her. But it was difficult, man. It was difficult in the sense that you always, you know, you're the other side of things trying to balance. And she fought the good fight, so we thought things were good.
Hmm.
And then she went in for a checkup, and we thought things were good. And in a matter of September to December, life had changed.
Oh, wow.
And so that was challenging because, you know, we put things on hold, additional kids and all that, and we just started a conversation. And this is because, you know, the science is not good, and it's probably gotten so much better now, you know.
Right.
And that makes a difference, being able to understand and screen more effectively. But it was challenging because it happened real quickly. She just wasn't feeling well, and next thing you know, we took her down, and they were just so surprised that, you know, the cancer had spread to her liver, throughout her body, and they were like, you know, it's a miracle that you're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And it was challenging for me. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest about that. So I don't know how you want to deal with this, because I was just disappointed that we were one of the best places that did screenings and
Mm-hmm.
clinical trials, and she was in one, and they just didn't catch it. And I was very what I mean? That was just hard, because
Yeah, I can
September
understand.
we were given green light. It's been 5 years. We hit the mark, and we're like, we can kids again. We could do And then
Right.
December, it was like, no, they
Mm-hmm.
missed the mark. They missed
Yeah,
the
I understand, man. Now, through all of this, what impact has this had on you, your kids, and you know what I'm saying, being able to move forward as you lost someone, man?
Well, I mean, the thing is that, you for me, I had to make sure for my children that they're gonna miss their mother. That side that she brought, I cannot replace that. It's not that's what mothers can do. But what I had to do is make sure that their life wasn't totally disrupted, the normalcy of it.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout that entire time, the school who's taking them to school, I was extremely involved intentionally from 2004 until she passed, so that if anything ever happened, it wasn't disruptive. So
Right.
it just, you have to do what you have to do, and to make sure that your spouse is okay as best you can. And so for the kids, that was the harder issue. For my eldest, it was easier to talk to him because he was older. They were at going on 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they, and my youngest was much more challenged because, again, he's not a very physically personal display of affection kid.
Right.
But he spent that first 6 months, no matter where we go, just grabbing my hand to hold my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it was critically important that when I go out, so things like that you manage, because when you disappear, for them it's traumatic, like where are you, that sort of thing. So
Right.
we were pretty close, and it was us. So I kept life as normal as possible, camps, remembrance, birthdays, celebration of
Mm-hmm.
mom, and you keep moving. So for my grieving process, it was, we had the luxury of being able to talk up until the end of the moment when she died,
Mm-hmm.
and prepare. So she used to wake up with dreams and tell me, well, I dreamt this, so I need you to do that.
Right.
So that kind of angelic sort of experience where she was seeing ahead and helping us kind of just put small things in places, like, don't stress over how my funeral is going to go. This is what I want to see happen. So that I didn't have to deal with family around those issues. I just had to
Right.
execute. You
Right.
know,
Right. I
so I
understand.
call it a privilege because not people get that chance to say goodbye, not get that chance to be informed. But the difficulty of, it took me years to get to a point where I think my heart is more cleansed now, so I can
Mm-hmm.
embrace life with, with everyone else, and to be able to see my boys grow. So it's been a long road, but it's been just the fact that they are who they are and what they have an opportunity to do. I appreciate that. So I can't say the husband side is an easy side,
Mm-hmm.
um, because the trauma of it means, even if you're moving on, so now it's 10 years out, that you say you don't want to deal with anyone who else, God, I've dealt with that issue. I don't, if I have another relationship, it's got to be trouble free.
Right. Right. Right.
So, and anything that signals, so there's some realities to it. So you still work through it. I think I'm in a much better place now. But you're aware of it, and then you react when you hear of, she was only 38 when she died,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so you react to that like, man, that means, she got diagnosed at 32.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. So,
So moving forward, man, our sister Strut breast cancer celebration is all about inspiring, man. And so sorry for your loss, but if you can, muster up the strength.
yeah.
What encouraging words would you give to a family member who is going through and has been through what you've been through? And also, what would you say to women about getting mammograms?
Well, definitely continue to screen and get your mammogram. It's only by chance, So it's only by chance that we, when it happened, we were like, she said something's going on here. And it wasn't because of a mammogram, and she wasn't going that often for those. So I think if that was in place, we would have caught this a lot sooner. You
Mhm.
know? So I said, get those. And for any woman who's diagnosed, I know that science and medicine has gotten a lot better. The treatments have gotten a lot better. So there's a chance, because after this diagnosis, then my mother was diagnosed years later.
Oh, wow.
And she went in, she had the breast operation, she had more radiation, no chemo.
Mhm.
My wife went through it all, and you're there when when she's going through it, you're going through it,
Right, right.
and what you got to do to clean the ducts, and I mean, not to get too detailed, but so I know things can get better, praise God. My mother's here and she's 73 and here, so
Mhm.
she was able to survive. So the thing is just be hopeful, and just really live this life as best you can and with those you can. And so I'm optimistic, but this evil that is cancer is something you just got to fight, because it's really just that evil.
All right, man. Well, Dr. Sean Joe, man, thank you so much for coming on, man. And one last thing, I gotta get you to say some encouraging things to our women out there. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Our sisters, man.
sisters, go out there, keep strutting. I'm telling you, you're fine and divine. You were made to be beautiful and wonderful, and you'll be able to address this cancer. I'm just so happy that there's efforts like this to recognize and support you, and to survivors. Nobody, keep surviving, keep standing out, keep shining, keep being beautiful. So thank you very much, BJ, and then let's continue to make this good fight.
All
We're
right,
gonna be.
man. All right, man. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe.
All right, thank you, man.
All right.
Hey, man, this is really good, man. So, hey, anytime, anything, I used to be more engaged when I was in Michigan. And since
Mhm.
I've been here, I haven't even been to one walk, man. So I don't even know how to explain that.
Right,
So
right.
in the future, I'll keep track of that, man, because I'll keep an eye out for Sister Strutt.
Man, I will definitely keep you in the loop on it, man. And anything you need from me, brother, you got it, man.
Same here. All right, BJ.
All right, man.
All right, cool.